Just doing this as a follow-up, just so people can actually get a sense of what I'm talking about in an actual game. So, first off, I need to request the mana. But first off, I'd like to show everybody that right now I have no heroes in my deck. The whole thing is empty. Just to show you, I do have heroes. So I'm gonna need my monk, gonna need her, and I'm gonna need her. Okay, so these characters are now on deck. My mystic is my barrier. My EV2 is my attacker and my damage dealer. So gonna lay her down. Let's just put them. Let's put it right there. I also like to say, since I'm using EV2, I highly recommend EV2 be one of the best first characters you get. She is fantastic for soloing. I've not found anybody better, except for when you're trying to kill cyborgs. Then your EV2 becomes useless, unless it's super high crit chance and damage. But nonetheless, it works for everything else, and I'm super happy that I got her. But getting back on track here. So I laid down the mystics and the EV2's stuff, and I'm going to go over here and do the same thing. Switch to my mystic, lay down this, switch to EV2, apparently fall in the water and die. That's a tip. You need to fall in the water and die to be better. Just joking, don't actually do it. Alright, so I'm gonna place one right there, and one right there. And just a heads up, sometimes you can put, it's best, depending on your chaos level, it's best to put two of these little tower things right here, right in front of your wall, and another one kind of in front of it, but enough so it extends the range. That'll provide any mobs that get close to your wall will die super fast. This way it's low chaos, so we just want them to die. Alright, but moving on, gonna go over to this place. I just gotta get up there first. Snake. Let's put you, let's put two of you. We just want to defend from everybody that might sneak through. Now the snaking, what do you call it? The Viper, these walls that I have, they're not the greatest for their bubble effect, but they are good for defense, and they do provide a bubble, so it lifts the enemies up, and yeah, it stops that stuff. So just as you're watching, I just want you guys to see that now I'm using my monks. I've used all the heroes that I have on my deck right now. I just want to make sure you're aware of that I am using all those heroes. I'm going to put this sky tower right here. Some of you might also say, why are you putting your sky tower there? Well, because the flying people will come from there, and the first thing they will try to attack is this. They will try to attack this first before they go over there. So you want to make sure they're dead first, and putting them where I have will attack them from that as well as that, especially because of the range I have on this is huge, because I have a range shard on it. But nonetheless, this would protect us from all sorts of attacks. Let's just make sure we're good, and we are good. And I don't normally need to do this in this chaos, but just to show my viewers, now I'm hiding these characters. I cannot now switch to them. It is now impossible to switch to them. So that basically tricks the game into saying, I don't have these characters. Let's just worry about this one character that I have. Let's give him the best gear. Let's base his drop gear off this gear. You don't necessarily need to keep one hero on deck. That's just what I prefer to do, because it just, for me, means I don't need to worry about this hero and that hero I can just worry about the hero that I use constantly, and I only use the other heroes for their towers, and my Squire is my main hero. He does the DPS, he can take the hits, he can do everything else. His towers aren't the greatest, I just haven't reskilled them yet. But no, you definitely do not need to keep one hero on deck. As I said in one of the previous videos, you can keep two heroes on deck. Just make sure one hero has always the best gear possible. And as I say that, I mean the best base stat. So that's, as I said, the gear with the biggest letters. That's the stat you want, like armor or hero damage. Don't worry about the rest. So yes, you can have two heroes, you can have three, you can have four, you can have your whole hero deck full, but that just means a heck of a lot more work, a heck of a lot more focusing after each game, yada 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 yada. I just like one hero just because it just makes it easier for me. Less issues, so it's just like, I'm not getting better gear, I'm not getting better relics, I wonder why. Now you gotta search through 4 or 5 heroes figuring stuff out, or 2 heroes figuring it out, where it's just one, it's just like, oh, well the problem's obviously in this hero, where is the issue? Then you search through and it's just like, oh, well these are all 2400, and then, oh wait a minute, this is 1500, so that's where my issue is. So then I would just drop back a chaos or 2, get the better stuff, and move on. Because by then you should already be able to solo mostly. Like once you're up to chaos 3 or 4, you should be able to solo chaos 1 and 2 like it's just a piece of pie. But yeah, keep this video going just to show you guys what's going on. It's always good to be informative, even when you're full of craft dinner. But you know, craft dinner is great stuff. It's tasty. Good source of something. Good source of being full and tasty. Now I just also like to say, EV2 is probably so far my favorite character because, well, look at how fast they're dying. I can literally just stand here and not have to worry about a damn thing getting through. Only time is the bosses. Sometimes the bosses put up a fight because they're not too susceptible to it. I mean, they can be, but even people who have great EV2s still can get through, partially. That's sometimes why whenever you know the boss lanes, like the boss lanes for this map is this lane and that lane over there. So in a higher chaos, I would definitely be defending these lanes a lot more. I'd probably throw an extra tower down and such, which would help me just a little bit better. So you can literally just pretty much go watch a movie on Netflix while you play through all the rounds. Just make sure you're G'ing up and stuff, and you know, it's pretty straightforward once you get the hang of it. Just hitting the vaporizer. Everybody, I'm gonna make a pun here. Is everybody hunky-dory? Normally, yes, sometimes the boss can drop 1, sometimes 2, but normally it's around 3 to 4 items. But yes, normally, and I guess I actually damn it, I forgot the word, it's bugging me. Just to raise on that, sometimes the legendary gear is better, but it'll have a higher, I mean, it'll be crappier but have a higher sell value. Just because it's legendary does not mean it's better. I did that too. I was like, oh, well this has a bit higher sell value and its alternate stats are a lot better. I'm gonna equip it, and it wasn't working for me. So I was like, well, it's legendary, but I don't really need this item yet. So I sold it, and that was that. And then I got another gear that was, say, I don't know, what's the lowest tier, like a green or something. What the heck the green is called? I got a green one, and my green was twice as high as legendary. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna equip this. I equipped it, And next thing you know, I was like, ooh, now I'm getting even better gear. And if I equipped that legendary one, I wouldn't have been getting better gear. It would just be same gear, maybe 20 stats higher, but not really make a difference for me. One of the most important things too, but when you're playing games and you're being carried, no matter what chaos it is, even if you know you can carry like it's nothing, like you can just, stand right here and not have to worry about any enemies getting past, best thing to do is usually just keep the barricades repaired. Don't bother upgrading them because nobody's going to really get there. It's just making sure if anybody does get to them, they can't get through. So don't really worry about upgrading them too much. It's usually just worrying about, like, for example, your Skyguard Tower. You want to keep upgraded. That really makes the difference because I don't have any towers to protect the sky, so I need him to protect it, and the one on the other side. I want to make sure that nobody gets through, nobody can sneak through. But aside from that, it'll cost less to just replace the barricade, whereas it'll cost twice as much to repair the barricade. Like, for example, okay, I want to upgrade it. Tier 4, 150, where if, sure, it's Tier 4, doesn't make it any stronger, just increases its health. So it dies, you just lost all of that mana. Whereas now I just spent 30 mana, replaced it. It's all good to go, and I don't know why I just upgraded it. That was dumb. I meant to jump. Well, that's what I get. But, nonetheless, that's that. But yeah, it all really comes down to you want to save your mana for the upgrades that really count, that are really going to help you blast through the level like it's nothing, and especially when you always have a carrier with you, like me, for example. If anybody gets through, you don't really have to worry about anybody breaking stuff because they can just waltz in and just boom, 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 dead. Like, let's just watch you. Look at how fast these guys are dying. Look how fast their health goes down. They get up to there, and they're dead. Sure, you got to the barricade, but barricade's gonna last forever. But yeah, so keep the video going to the end of this game. Make sure everybody kind of gets a bit of a hint on how to do this, what I'm talking about. And as I said, if you have any questions, concerns, or recommendations, or anything, shoot me a message on Steam, on YouTube, on this video, or whatever, and I'd be glad to assist you, because nothing makes me feel better than being able to help everybody else, and help them understand things that they may not understand. I can't get past this barricade. There we go. That was funny. And we're on round 5, and just to give you a bit of an idea, we have not seen a single breakthrough. Nobody's broken through, and even though my heroes are hidden, everything's still at all of its power. Normally, whenever, say, some of the C7 gear, full C7 gear builds, they can kill things like the second they walk out this portal, boom, they're dead, boom, they're dead, boom, they're dead. But then if they leave that battle, those towers are going to freeze, they're not going to do really anything anymore, and you're going to lose. And that's almost the same as hiding your hero, but you're not leaving, so your hero's still technically there, but it's not there. And I don't know if I'm just rambling on or repeating the same thing, but just trying to make the videos fun and provide as much information as I can. And as I said, we have to help attack so he doesn't get through, but again, he probably would have just died from these things because EV2 is amazing, except if it's against cyborgs. Then EV2 can be kind of useless. But Hunky, I know you're watching, so I'm glad you've been watching the videos, and I've been able to help you out, give you some tips and tricks and whatnot. It's nice to see some fellow players that are watching the videos that didn't know too much or was watching other guides. Or oh, EV2 is amazing, man. EV2 is absolutely to die for. and depending on the build you do, she can also be a serious DPS, especially that, what's it called, the proton charge or whatever. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I have all heroes besides the EV2 that can jump super low, so it sucks. But that's probably my favorite thing about EV2. Like, I haven't really built her to be a bit of a hero that I play. She's mostly just a hero that I use for her towers. Oh, stupid siege roller. I hate these buggers. They're the biggest pain in the butt. But EV2 is amazing. I actually went and I used some bitcoins that I have saved up to go buy EV2. I was just like, I'm doing this. I am doing this because EV2 is amazing. I have not been dissatisfied. I love her. I love her, guys. But let's see if I finally got the shard that I wanted. I probably won't because I haven't for super long. Obelisk hero. Stat boost increased 10% in polymorph duration. Interesting. I have no idea what this means, but cool. Alright, so that concludes this video. I was glad I can show you guys a little bit of what I was talking about. Provide a bit more insight. Hopefully, Hunky, this technique will work for you in this game here. Hopefully you got some better gear. If not, I can take you to C4. But nonetheless, everybody can reach me online, anywhere. But yeah, this concludes the video for now. And I'd like to say thanks for watching, and this is Bladed Shard, and everybody have a good weekend, and hopefully everybody enjoys their weekend. Stay safe, don't drink and drive, but smoke and fly. Peace out.